Hi, this is Dave.
And this is Chris.
With the Miniatures Rundown, we're going to take a look at the miniature stories of the day on our main blog site, GameTalkNetwork.com. First up is the announcement of a new starter set for World of Tanks. Let's take a look at it.
And here we go. Pretty metal hulls.
Yeah, so we've got 4 new tanks: Mouse, Centurion Mark 1, IS-3, and T-29. And Chris, you know a lot more about tanks than I do. What's significant about these choices?
Well, the Mouse never actually got into production.
Really?
There were 2 hulls made, and it's just a monster.
Do you mean for the game, or in military history it never got into production?
In military history.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's one of those wonder weapons from the end of the war that was supposed to win the war, but it's too big, too slow, and they never got it to work right.
Huh. Fascinating. But now you can try to get it to work right, I guess, in the new starter set. Let's scroll down and look at this a little bit. We get tank cards with it, and we get some nice dice.
We can see right here the Mouse has a firepower of 7, which is it's a lot of dice when it shoots.
It's higher than the other cards from what I can see.
Yes. You've never played World of Tanks, have you?
I have not played World of Tanks, but I have to admit this starter set kind of has me interested. I like tanks.
Yeah, they've got a nice selection here. The Centurion, British Centurion, the Soviet IS-3, and the American T-29.
Okay, very cool. And it looks like we get some custom dice, too, for hits and crits and whatever the system uses here.
Yep. You roll a fistful of dice, compare it to the defense rating of the tank, and anything that goes over is doing damage.
All right.
Criticals draw from a deck of cards, and they can go all sorts of problems with that.
Yeah, and they show us some examples here, too. There's a new deck of critical cards. Well, I don't know if it's new. There's a 32-card deck of critical cards that comes with it, too, so it's everything you need to play to get your ammo damaged or your turret jammed.
Yeah.
Cool. That's World of Tanks.
Oh, darn it. I was going to talk more.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, the critical stuff here, it either deals extra damage at one go, or it can deal extra damage and then has ongoing effects. And you'll see the repairable marker here if you can actually fix it in-game or not.
Oh.
So your tanks can take a lot of damage, then they'll stop working for a little bit and you can get them working again.
It's kind of cool. How do you fix them? Is there some kind of a repair economy in the game?
Yes.
All right, strike that question.
Yes, you can repair your vehicles.
Okay.
Basically, at the end of the turn, the last time I played World of Tanks, it was a 4+ roll to get rid of 1 card.
Oh, okay. So you have some odds-based, randomized way to try to get rid of the damage.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, and it also comes with a little arrow that I think is actually a measuring tool.
Yeah, the base of that, it controls movement. So you put your tank at the bottom of the arrow and you move it up to the bottom of the head of the arrow.
Got it.
For each move. And each of the tanks here has a move indicator. So it's 2, 2, 2, and they're hiding the Mouse, which has got to be a 1.
Oh, okay. Is there a separate arrow template that's a different size for that?
No, so if you have a movement of 2, you move an arrow, and then you move an arrow again.
Got it. Okay. Simplified movement templates, kind of like XWing does that too.
Yeah, and the arrow also controls close range. If you can touch the opponent's tank with the arrow while it's touching your tank, the tank's at close range. Otherwise, it's a long-range shot.
Oh, well, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, it is.
Now I want to play this game. Scroll down so I can remember how much it's going to retail for, because I think I mentioned... No, I don't mention the price in this one.
This guy...
Bad on me.
This guy is at fault.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Dave. All right. We done with World of Tanks?
We're done with World of Tanks for now.
For now, okay.
I'll get you a game of that going.
Okay, yeah, I'm into it. Maybe
All
we'll
right,
do a review
XWing.
video. Maybe we'll do a review video when it comes out. All right, yeah, let's take a look at X-Wing. Some minor news here, I guess. So this model, the TIE SA Bomber, I believe it was available in first edition and has not been made available yet for second edition, so it's coming out now. It's going to be released on August 25th. You can pre-order it. Comes with 2 of those guys, some loadout cards to configure it, ship cards and upgrade cards also to configure it.
And the low price of $4.99.
Yeah, this time I remembered to put the price into the, or they told me. I don't remember it. Maybe that they didn't tell me for the tank game may not have a price yet. But there you go. Some more X-Wing fun.
On to the last miniature.
On to the last miniature. We got to admit, we're a little bit confused by this one because we're not familiar with the adventure path this is for, but this is part of the Pathfinder's Battles line. And the Pathfinder's Battles are specific companion miniatures for their adventure paths, which are their series of adventure modules. This one's Sindara the Sculptor. She is the boss monster from the series Fists of the Ruby Phoenix. I guess she's wearing, I don't know if she killed an Ent and is wearing it as armor, or he, or they. Sindara, I guess, could be any gender or anything in between. I don't know if they killed an Ent and they're wearing its body for armor, but they also have an angel wing and there's some tentacles too. If you click in there, we can see the bottom of the mini. There are several tentacles with tongues. We've got some kind of a half circle behind them that looks like it has runes on it. Really don't know what this is, but I got to admit, it does make me want to read the adventure path and find out.
It's Tetsuo when he gets some control over his power. And there's Akira stuck right inside of him.
Yeah, there you go. They've just added a woodsy design to it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, if anything, it could pique your...
Fists of the Ruby Phoenix? Yeah, sorry, not my game.
I don't know. I kind of want to read the adventure module now just to find out how this person came to be, with their hair flowing elegantly in the breeze.
If you insist. But only if you insist. All right, is this the end of our list? Or we keep going down? One more.
And finally, there's a nifty-looking new documentary coming up about the art of painting miniatures.
Let's go to the article.
Yeah. Among other presenters, it features Louise Sugden, who was a presenter on Warhammer TV, is not currently, but has been. And it is a companion documentary film to an actual art exhibit at a museum in Scunthorpe in the UK.
Well, at least you get to see part of it.
Yeah.
You're not actually going to be able to go there and see the actual miniatures from this side of the pond, but...
Right.
What is that thing there?
I don't know. The source that I had doesn't really clarify what this image is. I can only assume it's one of the kit bashes they mention that they go over in the exhibit. They have dioramas, they have models. It's a lot of Games Workshop, but not all Games Workshop. They said that it covers every conceivable faction in Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar. And there are other big names too that are in the documentary: Gav Thorpe, Bob Nesmith, and so on. It looks pretty cool. And I've got a link in the article. If you go to GameTalkNetwork.com, this is right now, at the time of this recording, this is the sticky post right at the top. So if you click this YouTube channel link, you can see some scenes they've already released from the documentary.
Ooh. And you can get an even closer look at this happy little miniature
cube head. Yeah, it looks like a cube-headed space marine with orc arms and a torch. Really does make you want to know the story behind that.
Oh, I don't know. This is actually... Sounds much more interesting now because I know that they're talking to the Gav Thorpe and Bob Naismith, and yeah, well, those two.
All right.
Ooh, Annie Norman. So speaking of Annie Norman, I just remembered that she owns Bad Squidoo Miniatures, and that's why the name was familiar. If you are a woman, or you have a girlfriend or a niece or anybody else with a female persuasion who is into gaming, Bad Squidoo has this huge line of miniatures for females, sensibly dressed, well put together, some historical, some modern, and others.
Yeah, dignified, not exploitative, and really just beautiful sculpts too.
Mm-hmm. Classic sculpts. Classic sculpts.
Do you want to point out a couple like we were just now? Maybe like, let's go look at the World War II. Here's the Queen.
Oh, the Shield Maidens. I love the Shield Maidens.
Yeah, these are really nice.
Well, if you need a goddess
on a boar, you can go for Freya.
Yeah, pity we need a chariot with two cats.
Good idea. You should write her a mansplaining email
about
how
sure
she can improve her sculpts.
I'm sure that would go over so well.
No, they really are something.
duck and cover. Like I said, so feudal Japan.
Yeah, these are just beautiful. I particularly like these sets of 3 at the bottom. Very dramatic poses. Those are all our big miniatures posts for the day. Tell us what you think about the pink mini. What do you think it is? Leave us a comment and let us know. And
He's a Chaos Space Marine who's very, very happy.
And as always, like and subscribe. This has been the Miniatures Rundown.